Francisco is beginning to look like one of those Louisiana towns as they hunker down for a major storm about to hit them, but instead of a natural disaster, it's actually just hurricane, terrible liberal policies for the last few decades, because you're looking at these images posted on a Twitter thread of a Zara with their windows boarded up and actually their doors boarded up because they're glass doors as well. You're seeing a Real store which is boarded up entirely at green boards to match their logo and their branding, but the actual glass door is actually just a barn door now. You're looking at a Salvatore Ferragamo, which I believe it's an Italian upscale designer brand, but they're also boarded up, and just behind the door where they actually have some wooden doors opened, it appears to be a security guard right there. And one thing I'll say with this is typically when these stores get ready for a riot or unrest or possible vandalism, they just put doors or boards over the windows, but the simple fact that you actually have a door with boarding with hinges on it, so it actually can be a door, makes me feel like this is something more permanent because it's San Francisco. You're seeing a Burberry with the same thing, boards over their windows and also boards over one of the doors, not the other. And it's crazy that we're seeing this Twitter thread from someone like Michelle Tandler, where she says that she is a San Francisco native, but also a self-described moderate liberal. So how do you have the liberals over there complaining about the terrible liberal policies? Because if you look at this entire Twitter thread, and I'm going to go through all of it right now, but you have an image of a Dior with, it looks like drywall put outside the windows, but I believe it's still just board. You have a Harry Winston, which I believe that was a restaurant. I could be mistaken, but you have a couple people out front. But if you look around the corner of the Harry Winston, just nothing but boards outside the window where no sunlight can come in. It's almost like they're getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. You're seeing Max Mara again with boards on the windows. You're seeing this Twitter thread going on where you have a Shreve & Co. that says, "We're open," a big red sign because everything else is boarded shut. You're having a store that went under because probably too much looting or just not enough people wanting to be a tourist in the city anymore. Valentino, another Italian brand that has boards over their walls. Omega, which is a very high-end watch company, about to put boards up on their windows. And we're going to keep on going. Yeah, Bottega Veneta, which has... It doesn't even look like a decal. It actually looks like they boarded everything up. Maybe it's not actually wood. Maybe it's just something where they don't want people to be able to peer in to see what's visible or what's available to take overnight. You're seeing over here from John Varvatos, which is one of the higher ends in brands. I think it's a menswear brand, but it looks like they actually went out. You have another retail establishment that went under as well. You're seeing Lacoste all boarded up, and La Perla, I'm not exactly certain what that is over there, but Lacoste all boarded up, possibly out of business. Louis Vuitton, the highest end designer, also boarded up. A couple businesses that look like high-end retail places, they're vacant. I don't know what this is. This could be a hotel over here that's out of business, and also another place that's out of business. But if you look at, oh my gosh, it just keeps on going. But if you look at all the places that have gone under, and you have someone like Michelle Tandler, who is someone that's been in San Francisco, but also a liberal, saying they have no words on all the shock and disappointment they feel towards the local government, saying boarded windows is better than broken windows because she says, the criminal justice system doesn't work. And I think this is one of those red pill moments where they think, okay, you vote for these liberal policies, everything's fine and dandy, until you realize, hey, we don't live in a utopia. We can't just say everybody needs to free something, never have anybody suffer any consequences of any crimes they possibly could commit. It just makes a rolling snowball of just worse and worse crime rates. So she says, we're all over the news, a shining example of what a progressive-run city looks like. And I've always been a big advocate of saying, hey, look, we do need some liberals and we need some conservatives, and a properly run government for a country the size of the United States of America probably needs a bit of both. And I always hate to see when people want to say, like, oh yeah, let's make sure all of the Senate, all of the House of Representatives, all of the Supreme Court, and all the executive branches, all, one uniparty. Let's make sure we all vote Democrat because that's the right way to be. And I'm thinking, well, we know exactly how those places work out because we see Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, California, and beginning to be Los Angeles, California, where it's just all progressive run, top to bottom, saying, yeah, this is how we want things to run. This is what we're going to vote for. And yet when they have these issues, they still somehow try to manage to blame somebody like Trump or to blame someone like DeSantis over in Florida, where it's like, no, this is a uniparty system right now. And with California, San Francisco, you know exactly what you get if you only vote one party in office. So maybe we should start trying other things other than saying, well, this celebrity and this actor told me I should vote this way, so I'm going to too. And they talk